some people, forgiving others can be the easiest part, and for some, it's the hardest part. Forgiving yourself, if you don't learn how to do that, you're going to keep hurting yourself, is what I've learned, like figuring out a way to, but you have to look at all the stuff, you know what I mean? And then you have to find peace. You have to find some place to put that,
Yeah.
some place to lay that down. Especially the forgiving yourself, because until you can get off drugs, if you haven't forgiven yourself, you're still going to be harming yourself. In one way, shape, or form, whether it's relationship-wise or but it's really like doing the work. And again, it's that takes, I think, more than just you trying to handle it, whatever that looks like. You know, it's going to take more than just me to forgive myself, like sitting here looking in the mirror, like I forgive yourself. You know, so it's going to take something greater than just myself, whether that's, you know, I mean, again, having people talk me through it, you know, handing it to God, like whatever that looks like. And then forgiving other people, I mean, that also is something that is a really hard thing to do by yourself. You know what I mean? Because like you almost hate some people that have done certain things to you, you know. And when you're going through that process, don't do it alone. Don't take off and be like, I'm going to go work on forgiving everybody, because like what you're doing is pulling all this stuff up, and if you don't have a place to vent, you're going to lose. It's going to impact you. You know, it'll probably depress you a little bit. It'll probably make you angry. You'll be feeling all of these emotions. Again, I mean, the key to this is like figuring out what's your safe place. Do you have somebody you can trust? You know, that's going to be a recurring theme to work through a lot of that stuff. But it hasn't been easy. I've been 11 and a half years, and there's still times I have trouble forgiving myself, or I want to beat myself up, you know, and I find myself doing it. You know, downing myself, remembering all the things I've done, telling myself that I'm not worthy. Like my mind still does that to me. It's just combating it, because another thing with that type of stuff is like the power of life and death is in the tongues of what we speak has power. So if I say every day, I'm a bad dude, you don't want to mess with me, and I say that for 6 weeks, I'm going to get beat up in 6 weeks. I'm going to start walking out of the house like I'm a bad dude, you know, chest out and everything like that, and somebody's going to catch me on the chin. But also if I tell myself I suck, you know what I mean, my job sucks, my school sucks, and I'm saying that every day, my life's going to suck. You know what I mean? If I tell myself every day I'm a bad person, or I don't deserve this, or I'm a thief, or, you know, my family hates me, or I don't deserve love, if I'm speaking that every day, it is going to start to become a part of me. You know? So through that journey, understand, like you have in what I say, because I can tell you right now, I'm like, dude, your shoes are dope, outfit's tight, you know what I mean? You're killing it, right? And you already know that though. But if you hear it every day, right, you're going to have walk with a different confidence. Like you're going to be walking the gas station like, I know they're checking me out because my shoes are on point, my outfit's clean, and you know what I mean, people have been telling me that, and I own it, and it becomes a part of me. You know, and people tell me every day, oh, you're growing, you look bigger, right? That's not healthy to do, because then you start walking around like you're a gorilla, and you're not. But that's how powerful what we say is, and it's even more important, like what are we saying to ourselves? Like what am I saying to myself? You see a lot of like amazing people, attractive people, and they don't understand that they have value. They don't think they're pretty. And you know why that is? Is because people have spoken death over them, and then they picked it up and started speaking death over themselves. Like I'm ugly, I'm not worthy, you know, I'm broken, I've used up, all of that stuff. You have to be real cautious about like what you're saying when you look in the mirror, and what you're saying to the people you love. You have to be very cautious and understand like it's not just words. It's, you know, I mean, spelling is spells, right? And what I'm casting out here is very, very important. It literally directs me in where I'm going. It directs me in how I feel about myself. If with my neighbors here, if we're constantly arguing and I'm downing them, and we're at school every day, they're gonna have a hard time not like taking on part of what I'm saying that they are. My daughter's a little short, right? And they call her short, and it's just like now it's become a problem. She never cared before, and she's been old too. You know what I mean? But just what you're speaking over each other. When you guys are in this class, the stuff that you're saying to each other is important. So like when you're downing somebody else, you're downing yourself, you can create a lot of damage. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent on that. That's something I think for me personally, like what I say in the mirror to myself now at 46 years old, is still like I have to watch it. Because both of us can kind of clown on ourselves. We don't take ourselves real serious, and we have to be cautious. And if I keep saying my back hurts every day, it gets worse. You know what I mean? It's 2 months from now, I'll be having trouble getting out of bed. It's like, oh, my back hurts so bad. You know what I mean? So one of the things you need to carry away from this is there's wisdom in the book that he's talking about, but also there is life and death in the power of the tongue. And that's a very powerful statement to think about it. And it also applies to how you speak to yourself. It applies to how you speak to your siblings. It applies to all the people around you. Some of you in this class, your voice is more important to the people around you than anyone else. You know what I mean? So you was just showing up to a class and interacting, but for some of them, you could really uplift them and change their day, which could change their life.